will never be this young again. Never. We can be stronger, wiser, kinder, better. Yeah, we're getting better. Too old is for everyone who thinks they're too old to start over. Everyone who has gripped their balls and done it anyway. Everyone who takes risk. Everyone who was scared. Everyone living their best lives. And everyone who is tired of letting life pass them by. Too old is for you. And today we have Miss Imaan Eli on the show. Strategist.
Yes, I'm so happy to be here.
Influencer. Model. Host. Why is she laughing?
Because you call me an influencer.
Yeah, influential.
Yes, no, I'll take it.
Yeah, legit. So, you know I love the written word. It's my life's work. So we'll start with a snippet from a blog I wrote, then I'll kick it to you and get your feedback on
Yeah,
what
of course.
you heard. Okie dokie. I'm being more loving these days, less critical of myself and others. In other words, I'm being less Nigerian. I tried this out at a 420 event I attended last week. Anytime something annoying happened, I repeated, I love everyone and everyone loves me. In my head, of course, would have been hella weird if I said it out loud. And guess what? I made a new acquaintance. I've learned to be less cavalier with the word friend. But who knows? Maybe she will become a friend. Lord knows we need him. And without further ado, Miss Imaan Eli, did anything resonate with you?
Yes, not being so judgmental. I'm not Nigerian, but
Yeah.
I can relate. And it's something that's not intentionally done, but you're just looking around and you're like, what is going on? What am I doing here right now?
Are you type A?
I think when it comes to work stuff, yeah. Like when it comes about like work reputation, anything work related, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. And may I also ask, do you happen to be a Virgo?
Yes, I am.
Okay, right.
That's why I was like, no, I feel you on the judgmental part. I just
Yeah.
talked with someone about that. It's like I have to remind myself. I was like, someone could do the same thing to you. What would you feel like? So I have to check myself. Sometimes I fall short of the glory, but
Yeah, it's a balance
Yeah.
because I always say, and shout out to one of my closest friends here, Janika, who's a Virgo. You need a Virgo on your team, though, because they're going to come in and immediately be like, boom, 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 boom.
and ask the right questions. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think sometimes you naturally are judgmental, I guess, like when it comes to my sign or what people say about being a Virgo. And I think that it's just because I'm so critical of myself that I apply that same sort of
The same standard to
judgment
everyone.
yeah,
Right.
which is not fair. It does backfire some days, but it's just you just learn as you go.
Yeah, for sure. And I will say that it's not just the same judgment you apply to everyone, it's the same love.
Yeah.
Because expectations are a sign of love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So don't go all the way. Yeah.
That's such a good way to put that. Expectation is like a sign of love. Because it's true. It's like when your parents have certain expectations of you, your friends. That's
Right.
how you know people really care about you.
Exactly. And they really see you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But we're gonna keep this thing balanced. So, may I ask, when was the last time you made a new friend or acquaintance?
I want to say within the last month or so. Like I meet a lot of people just within the creative community.
Right.
And I think that when I leave my hole that is my room and my desk, I go out and people seem to really want to connect. Like when we're all out in places, they'll be like, oh, like I remember you from such and such, like let's catch up. They want to talk about work and stuff. So I try to leave myself open to making new friends. And I'm typically friendly when I'm meeting people, unless we're like in a setting where it's fun happening and you're trying to talk about work and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm hobbling away.
Yeah. Because you want to pop some pussy at that moment.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, and what's wrong with that? I just want to
Nothing.
have a good time.
Yeah.
So I think that I typically every month I'm meeting somebody new.
So I'm picking up that you're an introvert. Okay. So those days when being on the scene, being out, because what you do requires being outside, right?
Yes.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
even if you're not physically outside, it's
You have to have your finger on the pulse of like just the things that are happening. around.
Right. So what's your advice for introverts who are called to do something that requires a lot of public interaction?
They need to practice going out into spaces alone. I think that I'm kind of an extreme person, so it's like you have to like to me, I throw myself into things because I feel that's how I'm going to learn best. And someone would typically tell you to go with a friend or have a friend there to support you, but I think it's a crutch because you won't be able to do that in real world situations when you're in a room with some people who you're trying to get money from, like for your business, or other CEOs who are, looking at you like a business owner, or just other rooms with your peers. And they're like, why does this person need to always have somebody with them, or can't have a conversation alone, or they don't stand alone, strong, So I think that if you are an introvert, that you really just need to put yourself out there and do it. And you can limit your interactions, like maybe go there with a goal. I'm going to meet 3 people here today, exchange like business cards, phone numbers, social media, because that's what we do now, LinkedIn.
Right.
And make it a priority to follow up with them afterwards for coffee. And if it doesn't, if it doesn't stick after the coffee, then just, it's no pressure.
I think that's great advice. So, like that 3-person rule. And so normally when you go out and you make this initial interaction and you exchange the links and you have the coffee, how do you prepare for that?
I think that you should go in. So whoever the person is that you met, you connected with them for a reason. I'm assuming that when you met them in the networking space, that they told you a little bit about what they did. So you maybe do some research on it. Take a look at their website. Take a look at their LinkedIn, their social, their social handles, and just kind of see what they're about, so you are familiar. And when they do talk about certain things, that you can maybe have a similar scenario to what they're, just a point where y'all can both relate. And I think that would be something that's beneficial. And I also think just presenting yourself authentically, maybe you just need to show up and just authentically be yourself while you're there, and just let the connection naturally, form itself, and let it just flow. Sometimes maybe when you over prepare, you can kind of make someone uncomfortable too, because it can feel like a job interview.
And that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because we've been in those scenarios, and it's interesting because the field that we're in, it has a transactional element just embedded.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like I'll speak for myself. Like, I'm instantly sizing up, like, who's in here, what's the value, what could potentially happen, and then that's framing how I interact with people. And then I think in recent years I've gotten very poised with that, right? But I know when I first came here, I was hungry, right? I had left everything I love on the other side of the country. Like, I'm trying to get it.
Yeah.
So, and people were like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Coming in strong.
Coming in hot.
But it's that determination, though, too. So I completely understand. But I think it's just one of those things you have to experience and just learn from it. A lot of times people think that they can over-prepare for scenarios, and
prevent mistakes that are unavoidable.
It's kind of laughable now that I think about it, because without making the mistakes that I've made just in life, I would not have learned from them at all. Like, if I tried to over-prepare for everything that could possibly go wrong, I would go crazy, and that's something that I struggle with too, honestly, because I feel like if I plan for everything to be in place and the things fall out of whack, am I going to fall apart, or am I going to, soldier through? And that's just kind of how you have to look at life, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. How young are you?
I am 31. I turned 32 in September.
Okay. So the early 30s, when you were turning 30,
Yes.
Yes.
It's so funny, because when I was 29, anytime somebody asked me how old I was like, oh, I'm 30. Like, it's like I completely glazed over 29 because I didn't think it had any significance. But when I look back on it, I was like, that was the last year in my 20s, and I was already like trying to live in my 30s. So that was interesting. I don't know what that means, but.
Did you feel like there was a mentality or like a tangible difference between the 20s and 30s, and that's why you were like jumping ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I think that, which is funny now because it doesn't really matter. It all connect like when I get to the end of this. But I felt like during my 20s, I was like hustling with my head down, like just hustling with my head down. I wasn't really paying attention to like mental health, self-care. Like that was like a non-existent thing to me that was becoming a trending topic around COVID and stuff like that. So I really just was like hustling, and then I thought that a certain lifestyle that I wanted to attain would only be available to me once my 30s came, because of just like the hustle freelance culture that was happening. I was like, oh, by the time I'm 30, like I'm about to be like figuring all this out. I won't be doing it like this anymore. And while some of that is true, I still feel like I'm just as young and still trying to learn how to navigate life in a way. So I thought that by 30 I would have it all figured out, is what I'm saying. Like in my 20s.
Yeah. No, I think many of us do.
Yeah.
And I think, spoiler alert, from my experience so far at being 41, I don't think we ever figure it out. I think that's the point.
Yeah.
And it's infuriating because one of my friends was like, I was hoping by this point I'll be able to chill. Right.
Yeah. And it's just not that. And I still have a goal in mind for myself for when I'm like, okay, like this is the time I want to retire by. This is the time I want to do this. And then I'm reminded of my teenage self who thought what her 20-year-old self would be doing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to set this goal, but I'm not going to hold myself to it in such a way that it would be detrimental.
For sure.
Yeah.
So where did the ambition come from? Like, what was the thing that you saw and continue to see that is propelling you forward?
I feel like it's my faith too, because I'm delusional as hell when it comes to what I'm doing and just the industry that I decided to work in and all of that. So I feel like it's really my faith and just the 100% pure belief that I know I'm going to be successful and that what I'm pouring all my energy to, it's going to work. There's no doubt in my mind that it's going to work. There are some days where I just want to stop, as entrepreneurs, that's what happens. Even people in the corporate space, it doesn't matter. I feel like everybody gets to a point where they're like, damn, I want to take a break. I want to stop this rat race sort of thing. And when I hit those points, I'm reminded in little ways. I think God just puts little reminders around, with the people that I'm closest with, the conversations that I have, or even just in moments of silence and stillness where I'm like, girl, if you weren't doing this, then what would you want to be doing at least right now? So that's just that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, and the time will be passing regardless.
Exactly.
Right. So do you feel like you chose this field or the field chose you?
I feel like the field chose me because I have never had a corporate job. I graduated from college in 2016 and
Where'd you go?
I went to Xavier University my freshman year.
In New Orleans?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I graduated from Texas Tech in Lubbock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Lubbock.
Ma'am.
Right.
I did meet some cool, I will say, my best friends from high school went to Texas Tech. That's why I transferred there in the first place. So I had a good experience with my friends, and I met some amazing professors, but it still was living in Lubbock. It's just
it's just Lubbock. And what were you studying?
Electronic media and communications.
Oh, so
I'm doing what I went to school for.
Okay. Okay. So you just always knew.
Yeah, I was pre-med. That's why I went to Xavier my freshman year. So I enjoyed science, and my parents were in science. So I thought that I too would be in science. But I was just such an extroverted, entertaining child. I just always knew that I would do something that would be more like this. That's all, more like this.
And what is the vision? What do you see?
I see myself doing more things, just continuing to do more things in the creative space. I love working with other creatives to produce events and stuff like that. I love working in the arts and helping tell the story of the artist to, get more people in the gallery for a show or, just something like that. I also really, really love, I know I said the storytelling aspect, but I love coming together and just executing something, no matter what it is, whether it's for video, photo, some sort of content thing. I think that's amazing.
Honey, you be eating them photo shoots.
It's fun. I love doing it, and I think about modeling and pictures and stuff like that in such a different way than I did when I was in my 20s. I wanted to be. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be Tyra Banks. I wanted to be like Naomi Campbell. I wanted to be just like that. I was signed when I was little, and then when I got older, I'm not signed now. I haven't been signed since I was a child, essentially, and it turned from me ooh, maybe I could be in this or do this, to me just genuinely liking the way that I look in the clothes or the person that I'm working with and just having fun on set. And when I post the picture, I'm I know it looks good, but to me it's we just did something really dope.
Right.
I love it.
Right. I'm having fun with my friends.
Yeah. I'm not thinking about it.
So you say you're not signed now, but it's now with being a strategist, right? It's you're getting people signed. Can you talk about brand partnerships and what your experience has been like in that world?
Yeah, so essentially through my agency, we have helped people who are doing events to get brand partnerships and help them secure things. And I think that something that's important for people who are trying to secure a brand partnership, sponsorship, is to have
And we all are, damn it. We all are.
It's to have and even me, like, I'm still learning this, but from all of the things that I've seen, the panels I've gone to, people I've talked to, and just from real life experience, it's about having a well thought out idea. I think that's number one too, because sometimes I think people, they want to have this liquor sponsor for their event, or they want to have these things in their swag bags, but are you telling your story in a way that it connects with the brands where they see value, and that they'll be engaging with the audience that they want to engage with, that will eventually buy the product? Because that's the whole point of the sponsorship, And you just have to think about it that way. Know what your ask is. Mm-hmm. Are you asking for money? When are you asking for money? Are you asking for money a month out in Q2? Or are you thinking about this event that you're hosting in Q2, Q3, at the end of Q4 in the previous year? So you're reaching out by that time, and you're ready at the top of the year.
Clock it.
To get, to get those things. And again, these are all things that I have done right and wrong and learned. Something that was really cool was working on a team with people who were all putting together ideas to pitch as a unit for something. I also do think that collaboration in that way could be something that's very useful, because a lot of the times I feel like the typical person is alone at home trying to work ChatGPT like none other, or Google certain examples of things and have it refine this and refine that. But maybe reaching back to your team and saying, like, okay, this is the pitch that I worked on. This is the goal we're trying to achieve. Can y'all all take a look at this and tell me what you think? And 9 times out of 10, that could yield a better result. Even with the client, like, I know sometimes people think that the client is just going to, like, throw these directions or, like, expectations at you and walk away. No, like, some clients will sit and work with you to get things done. Like, you never know who someone knows. Clients have a lot of people who will donate to support their cause or whatever they have going on, or to offer money to help them, I guess, fund certain things for a brand event. Like, I don't know, like a clothing pop-up or something like that. They may have a friend who is in, like, fundraising, so they have a lot of colleagues who are used to giving money and that want that tax write-off, so they can create a sponsorship deck to reach out to those people to get money if you may not be able to land an official brand partnership in a way. Just things like that. And then liquor sponsorship, that's like the number one thing. I think that having an event that obviously gets a lot of bodies in the building is going to be awesome too, like the guarantee that, yeah, my brand is going to be seen by 300 to 500 people by attending your party, and they're going to take pictures, and they're going to engage, and they're going to love the cups with our branding on it, and the fans with our branding on it, and the X, Y, and Z with our branding on it. So I think I've been on the other side of, like, working with the liquor brand and looking for someone to partner with. So that's what I'm speaking to.
Yeah,
I
for
guess.
sure.
Yeah.
And when you said fans, my mind automatically went to boots on the ground, and then I was wondering if you know how to do it.
No, I don't know how to do it, but there's a little girl on TikTok who can. Have you seen her with their family? She's like 3 or 4 getting it. I was like, I need to get to a trail ride so I can learn how to do it.
Yeah. Yes, and thank you for dropping those jewels, because I think a lot of people, like you said, are at home and just trying to scramble and figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
But it's way more involved, right?
Yeah.
Because I think about, again, trial and error, and the times that I have, like, pitched people or whatever, but not having, like, necessarily the concept drilled down to a way that it connects with that particular brand.
Yeah.
And as you were talking, I was like, I don't really think liquor is... Because, again, that's what everybody goes after.
Yes.
But when I think about myself, right, and what I actually like and what my audience is actually like, I'm like, oh, maybe I need to be going after some tea companies.
And exactly.
Yeah.
And I also think that people don't get creative with who they want to partner with sometimes either. Like, I went to this one event, and she didn't have liquor or non-alcoholic beverages. It was like this THC drink that she did a specific partnership with this specific brand to highlight that this is a way to decompress without getting drunk or without actually doing this. So it was like, it was interesting. I was like, hey, this is a unique partnership.
Right.
I think this is really cool. Or when you go to some of those fitness events or like Pilates events, those influencer events, and I checked out one of the bags.
We go to fitness events. Who's doing that? Tell me more.
Look, I went. Okay,
Right.
It was fun. It was a time. Okay,
Yeah.
It was something different too. It was like Pereo and Pilates. So it was like, it was,
Yeah.
It was lit. It was a little time.
Yeah.
I opened my bag and I didn't know what to expect. They had like an eyebrow pencil, some other stuff. Like I was like, okay,
This makes sense.
But this is not what I would bring to my workout class. But I do like to, put myself together a little bit before I go out to go work out or something. So, yeah.
The wheels are turning, and hopefully y'all's are too. So yes, I wanted to get more into the brand, the beauty, and the brain that is. And I know you kind of like. I just want to give you space for anything you may want to share with the viewers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like in what way? Like
whatever comes to mind. Her Virgo ass is about to cuss me out.
So no, I'm just kidding. I think this is. I guess I can speak to this because I told my friend earlier today that I was like, this is the perfect timing for me to do your show, honestly, because of just what's been happening, like personally. But no matter where you are and what you're doing in your career or what level you're at, if you're in school or about to graduate or whatever, there is no smooth journey to the things that you want. And even if you try to plan out every single thing, even if you have exhausted all of your energy, all of your resources to try to do something and things just still are not happening the way that you want them to, you have to take a step back and realize that no journey is smooth. Not even the Lord and Savior. Like there's no one on this earth that's just going to have smooth sailing the entire time. So you have to surround yourself with people who actually care about you in those moments of you not feeling your best, who can offer you support and say the right things. You need to, I don't know what you believe in or if you believe in something, but to just strengthen your faith and whoever you believe in, because that's what's going to get you through those dark times or when you're not feeling your best, and to remember who the fuck you are sometimes. And I think when bad things happen or things don't go my way, it is like, I'm like, oh, Lord, woe is me, because I'm so critical of myself. Like I said, in that way, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is happening? And then I'll just have to be like, no, girl, like, get up. Like, you have spent 31 years on this earth. You're here for a reason. You're doing what you're doing for a reason. And there's a reason why you have so many people supporting you at what you do. So do not stop going. So yeah, don't stop. Even if it doesn't work out initially.
That is a word.
Yeah.
So being a woman of faith in an industry that many, and I'll use the word secular just for simplicity, right?
Yeah.
Is that ever a challenge for you?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
I feel like I don't have, I'm not, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to sound wrong. I'm just saying. I think that I don't have a traditional way of presenting myself and my faith. Like, I feel like there are people online who are very faith forward in the way they present themselves, and I don't think my platform necessarily like reflects that, but I do believe it. I believe in it. Like, you can like ask the people who are closest to me, like, that is, if somebody asked me how I'm still doing this, I'd be like, it's not me at this point. It can't be. But I just feel like I am in a space to where like I go out, party, do whatever, and sometimes I would have moments of self-reflection. Like, it's why I stopped like drinking liquor. Like, I was like, in December, I was like, I don't want to be drunk no more. Like, I don't know if that sounds
I'm done
crazy.
with it.
Yeah, like, I don't want to be like drinking at all, like at the events and partying and all that stuff, and like, because I'm trying to present myself in a certain way and represent something more than just myself. And I find in times that because of the environments that we put ourselves in, or, you're going to turn up. Like, you're going to have a good time. And I love a good time. Like,
and a good time loves you.
You know?
Okay.
Like, okay. Like, if you know. Like, I do. I love it. But sometimes I wonder, like, am I representing myself in the best way? Or when I'm praying at night about certain things and I'm thinking about that party I went to where I was like, basically, like getting down in the middle of the dance floor, drinking, having a good time, whatever. And I'm like, dang, like, is this like, am I contradicting myself in a way? Like, am I not representing myself in the best way? So I think that's kind of where I find the issue, I guess, or if there's something that's kind of contradicting my faith, or the challenge that I'm facing is just trying to figure out who I am and what how I represent my faith in a way.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Because there's supposed to be a light in these dark places, right?
Yeah.
And what does that look like? And I love that everything that you just said, and I just want to point this out to the audience, because I think sometimes people who are not believers or they're being convicted in their faith, they get offended when somebody examines themselves. So at no point did you say other people shouldn't drink. At no point did you say other people
No.
shouldn't party. You're just talking about your
Me.
walk, your journey.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that you said that, because I encourage people to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you looking for something to do, I'm like, oh, you need to hit up so and so because they're gonna go do X, Y, and Z, and it's gonna be a great time. I support people who throw parties. Like, I think it's to create spaces where
It's
can
a
go
necessary
and dance.
outlet.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
need to go do that, and I love to dance. That's what I was gonna say too. Like, I love dancing. Love it. Love a drink. Love a dance. So that's
My
just,
drink and my two-step.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that, yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
these are my thoughts.
Yeah, legit. And I think it's important, though, for us to share our journeys and how we, because you can't do everything. Narrow is the gate, right? So it'll be a lie to say, oh, you could be a believer and just do whatever the fuck you want, right? But that is something for each person to examine.
Yeah, and look,
Yeah.
you know what's crazy too? Ramadan just, ended, Eid just happened and stuff, and I have a good relationship with a couple of women who are Muslim, and I feel like sometimes with being around some of those women and being around just like other modest women just in my life, whatever, I have felt more convicted in how I like move in my faith because of the conviction that some of my friends and peers have in their faith. And that is like it's a reminder too. And I don't know like who's all watching this or who's like Christian, whatever, but sometimes I think that like, I feel like it's gonna be controversial, but like sometimes I feel like being a Christian is, I can identify when someone like is Muslim, right? Like I can tell, but some.
So it's too loosey goosey. We need to tighten our shit up.
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
But this is for me, like,
right? Yeah,
me,
yeah, exactly.
Not everybody else, because
at the end of the day, we want to be told good and faithful servant.
Yeah,
and there's going to be sacrifices that come with that. And then what you're describing is iron sharpening iron. So you're around somebody who is, again, making sacrifices or just so intentional that it's
the
apparent.
Intentionality.
Yeah,
you can tell. That there's intention in what they're doing, like how they're practicing their religion. So I feel like with my faith, like one of my good friends recommended me do the Bible in 52 weeks, like the Women's Bible in 52 weeks, because I wanted to get more like versed in the Word. I used to go to church all the time when I was little, all the time. Grew up in church, everything. And when I got older, like whatever, circle back, start going back to church, but I still don't feel like I found the perfect church home for me because of the churches I grew up in. Like, I know how I grew up, and that's like what I'm looking for, but times are changing. Things are different.
Right. And church, and at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, we are the church.
It's in you.
Yeah.
So that's like that's where I am with this, like trying to figure out like what my faith looks like, how I can be so convicted in my faith that it's like unmovable, but people can see that in me, and that's
that light, and it draws them out. And if you want to visit a good church, Good Hope Missionary Baptist Church.
I've been to Good Hope before.
Yeah. That word is good.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Any advice for the influencer girlies?
Yes, I do. Influencer girlies. And y'all know like the influencer girls who are posting consistently, like the girls who are really putting the work in. You being a creative force is 80% of the lift when it comes to being consistent with content creation and having original ideas and really throwing yourself into your creativity. The authenticity is what people see, and it's what people love. People love to just go online and see the person who they feel authentically represents themselves, because that's how your audience falls in love with you. And I think when you're looking for these brand partnerships, it's about positioning yourself in a way to where you can attract the brands that you want to work with, attract the audience that you want to work with. And I think it's all in authenticity and creativity. You shouldn't lean too much on others to bring your vision to life. And I think that when you get to a place when you do need support and stuff, the investment is worth it, because you will have people who also believe in your dream just as much as you do. And I just think that in this day and age, with like so many things changing with influencing and like AI being involved in it, because there are AI like influencer things being tested and AI content videos, UGC circling around and stuff too. I think that you still being your authentic human self is going to connect with the humans.
It's unbeatable.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like that connection. So I think just be yourself. Don't do it for the wrong reasons, and you will see a difference. And it won't feel like you're losing yourself in it.
Because it's you.
Yeah.
You're a Third Ward native, the Trey.
Yes.
Can you tell us?
You saw my head, but
right. Can you tell us what Houston means to you?
Houston means home. Houston is my favorite Southern creative hub. Houston is the new kid on the block. I feel like when it comes to getting the attention of larger opportunities and bigger things, but people are finally seeing our value. And I feel that Houston is about to shake the table, has a lot of things to say. So I'm like excited for what's to come for Houston.
It's a good time to be here. We like to ask our guests, what's something you're too old for?
Ooh, child. Oh, now I can say it because I'm 31. Haha. I'm too old for repeating like cycles. Like that's something I'm too old for, and I think that's it. Just like really told to be repeating certain cycles.
And what are something you're not too old for?
To have fun.
I knew it was coming.
Because yes, I do. Ma'am. Like I feel like my personality is just very, I'm either super serious, focused on work, or I'm the complete opposite, and I'm the most fun to be around and bubbly and everything like that. So
yes, I always say that what makes my shows the best are the guests, right? And so I remember you and your homegirl at the Comedy Cabaret.
Yes.
Lit.
We had a time, okay? Shout out to Kiana. That's my best friend. We had such a good time. And we were on we just wanted to do something fun. And when we stumbled, I went to one of your shows at Dean's in Houston. And then we ended up going to the show at
Hunky.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We had a time. We love y'all. It was amazing.
Yes. And I love you. So this is where I have to, because you were saying that you want to present yourself in such a way that people feel God's light.
Yeah.
And I just need to confirm to you that you do.
Oh,
yes.
You.
And the industry is the industry, and there's sometimes a level of artifice, but the amount of just your genuine nature, the support you have for other people, when I can feel that you want the best for wherever you are, for the people who are involved, So I just want to thank you for being you. Thank you for being a light, and tell you, like you were saying, keep going.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. And we appreciate you all for watching. We're going to put Imaan's information, like her socials, in the description box. And then we'll also put a link for joining the email list, so you'll get these type of messages, this type of encouragement, this type of humor straight to your email. We love y'all. God bless.